Hey guys, thank you for joining me this afternoon. Check this out. I know everyone saw, the fight last night. That's like one of the hot topics right now online. Um, you know, Francis got knocked out last night. Joshua did well. Came out very, very aggressive, and you could tell, that Joshua, was at a different level. Set up his shot, set up very well. It took him, it didn't take him long to figure out, Francis Ngannou, style, what Francis is going to go with. And but one thing, people, one thing I realized is that Francis went southpaw, and when he went southpaw, I think that was a bad choice at that time to go southpaw. You know what I mean? Francis also came out pressuring Joshua, but I didn't think he came out aggressive. He came out pressuring Joshua, but he didn't came out aggressive. He didn't hit Joshua. People, let me tell you something. This is that was one of those fights that whoever landed the first punch crisp and clear will get knocked out. And I believe vice versa. I believe if Francis would have landed a good punch on Joshua would have been knocked out as well. Big credit to Joshua, man. He dresses well. His jab was right. And people, I did one on record, and I'm man enough, and I'm coming on my podcast and let people know I did predict that Francis would have knocked out Joshua. And I'm shocked. I'm surprised. Surprised and kind of sad at the same time. But at the same time, Francis said he will be back, and it's a learning experience, people. Who would have expected? MMA fighter, made a transition over to boxing and did well. He fought, had a fight against Tyson Fury, did well. Even Joshua said, you beat Tyson Fury. And Joshua was very, very classy about the victory. You could tell that there was a different level in boxing, and he showed that the experience that he had. And don't forget, Francis went up against Olympics boxing, people, so we cannot expect a lot. Francis, know the basic, but he have to go to the next level. And he said that this is not the last of him. He will come back, he will, and better, and I believe he will. But people, I'm surprised. Hey, listen, that is part of this sport. You get two big men going to ring. And like I said, I believe the first fighter and the first boxer, land the first crest punch will knock that person out. And unfortunately, and good thing for Joshua, he the one that went off first and landed his crest punch. I believe if vice versa, as I said before, if Francis Ngannou will land crest, and he would have knocked out Joshua. So it should Francis Ngannou hold his head down and feel ashamed? But no, people. Who in their right mind, even if you're getting a big bag, people say, oh, he did it for the money. Yes, of course he did it for the money. Of course, who wouldn't? But are we expecting an MMA fighter that transitions to boxing in the last, year and a half, 2 years, and to be to the level of Joshua? No, because Joshua is elite. He's an Olympian boxer. So you cannot expect, Francis Ngannou to go up to that level so quick, people. But like I said, he'll be back. And I believe Joshua was nice, he was fast, he was crisp, people, and he was on point. And Joshua did win in this fight, in boxing match, saying it's not about physical, it's about this. And he did use his brain, and he was very well calculated. When Francis switched to the southpaw, he left himself open. Because don't forget, he's leading with the right, and he's jabbing. And when Joshua saw that, it was wide open for that overhand right, and he landed crest. And and also when Ngannou also proved how tough he is, man. He got hit hard, man, and to get back up, and when he got up, and when Joshua saw when he got up, and to me, Francis knew where he was at the time, but I don't think his body, because soon as he put his hand up, Joshua was ready and waiting, set him up for that right, and that was a right hand that took him out, knocked him out cold, people. And am I surprised? Yes. Am I shocked? Yes. But guess what, people? This is part of the game, and Francis, we're back. And once again, people, if you like this video, please make sure you press the subscribe button and subscribe, and to help this channel grow, people. And thank you very much. All right.